Sound like you got Ebola.
Nah, man. No,
Thought that was a sport. Ebola. Play Ebola. All right. 5 seconds. Trip Digital Radio presents LA Style Magazine. Trisha Love.
What up?
Tis the time.
What's good?
And we have Candy Washington joining us.
Good night.
What's up?
She's bringing some more girl flavor in here, man.
Man, you know what? It's time for that, man.
It's
Yeah.
been all right,
You know,
man.
it's time for that. It's been time for that, but we just didn't admit it. So thank you for coming. And thank you for being here because we're all family.
Yes,
we are.
thank you.
But it's not about us. Man, we got a crew. And here's the thing. Been in the music business for a long time. Crews are extinct, but obviously not. Because we have one today. Let's give it up for Orange Collective.
Collective in the house. Yo,
Man.
thank you, man.
Yo, first of all, it's just good to see brothers come together and do something that's willful, you know? And willful is, you know, it's not a word that's been used, but willful is just put out there, that energy out there, and actually wanting something positive to come back. And so, what's up, man? We have Speak Life 310. Yeah. And we have my man, NBL. Yo, explain to them, NBL.
Yes, sir.
What is that? Like, what's...
NBL stands for Nothing But Love.
Ooh.
And it's really how do I put this? Because I've been asked this so many times and I've given so many definitions, but it's evolved over time.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the latest definition is really just love existing without condition. Now, that's what unconditional love is to me. And it's that love, it's not loving without preference, which is what unconditional love is, which is like and does. It's more so accepting the fact that love exists without condition and that it can be applied to either evil or good. You feel me?
Wow.
So it's just energy. Energy is love.
I do dove so
That's heavy, right? That's heavy, but that's real.
Did you get chills? I did. 'Cause I did.
Goosebumps over here. Yeah, so kick it off, Tiz. Let's go into some questions, man, because I have a ton.
Well, I mean, you know, because we still got a couple more members to get to.
Yes, please.
So
Right.
I'm not going to go into, you know, how this collective was formed, which is what we want to all know, but I want to hear from everybody as well. But I do want to know, can you describe your group sound and what sound you have that brings to this collective?
Well, first of all, I want to shout out the rest of the squad. I got Vinsanity over here.
Yes, I do.
Mr. Fully over here.
168.
Wham over here.
Yeah.
Young Nav over here.
I'm telling you, the studio is full right now. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Never starting
Classic
five.
gentleman.
Man, it's just a wave. So, you know, Orange County has it's a totally different vibe. It's a lot more laid back. So I go by Speak Like 310 because I was born and raised in LA. And I moved to Orange County. I've been out there for several years. And literally the sound is just very laid back, just like how the tempo of the city is or the county is. And we tend to spend most of our time near the beach, Newport Beach, Laguna Beach, and catching that wave or that vibe over there. So we kind of bring that into the scene. So with our new song, it has that transit, you know, surf vibe, I guess you can call it. Is what they're saying, is what the critics are saying. I said.
Right. That's dope.
Speak life.
I heard you say something earlier. Is that true? Speak life? Something about like not cursing, or what was your spiritual journey? I mean, that's a note that I have about the transition and past future singles. So tell us about that and how that translates in your music.
So basically Speak Like 310, this came like in 2013. It was a vision that came to me, and I was going through this transition where I was pretty heavy in the entertainment scene as far as throwing club events and so forth. And I felt like God was kind of pushing me out the scene because I was kind of wilding out. You know, when you have beautiful ladies around, bottles popping, celebrities around, you can get lost in. It's a very addictive lifestyle. Feeling like you the man, you start feeling yourself too much, you know, and I feel like God just came in and humbled the crap out of me. So I ended up getting out the game, which in turn made me kind of like lose everything. And then I ended up on the couch for like a year and a half, and it humbled the crap out of me. I was going to church 4 times a week, all time of crazy stuff. It's all God, you know. So then I came back into it 2013. I was like, I got my own story. And so that's where, you know, the Speak Like 310 concept come from. And then Past Future, just talking about just my battles and me getting through that. And like you said, not cursing in my music. You know, I just want to get something like refreshing. I don't want to talk about guns and booty popping, and that's just not my preference.
Yeah.
And but I'm talking about just, you know, life journeys, and I just want to have a different approach in regards to getting the art out, you know.
That's beautiful. What about NBL Samir? What's your approach in the music or your take on it?
So it's very similar to Speak Life 310, but I do curse. But it is similar in the sense that my message is very positive. I've been through my own spiritual enlightenment. I think that with me, it comes from a place of my truth, and that's his truth. And it's funny because him and I clicked up how many years ago, bro? 6. I'm an audio. Well, can I plug a little bit?
Absolutely.
So I'm an audio engineer, recording artist, recording studio owner, and our relationship started when he sent me a few of his records to make a master, and fire,
Wow.
absolute fire. And I had the privilege of mixing those records, and him and I got very close because we had similar messages. But what I want to say is that with my message, I think the reason why I feel inclined to go ahead and express myself in that way is really because I never had a barrier in that sense. Like I never had anyone telling me, no, you can't do that, or whatever the case may be, for me personally. And so I always say that I curse like a sailor, say please and thanks like a saint. And that's an E40 plug. That's really what it is. So, but Nothing But Love is really just, you know, putting out as much of my own experience as I possibly can into the music. And my experience has been everything from the good to the bad. And I want to tell every single part of it so that anyone who clicks in at any bit of that story can relate to whatever part it is. So.
Yeah. So since you didn't have those limiting beliefs as I can't, is that what your commercial consciousness was rooted in?
Ooh, you read my bio.
I did. Did my homework. And you're good guy.
Yeah.
Where'd that come
Good guy
from?
music.
Yeah.
So
Tell us about that.
I say commercial consciousness is really just, you know, it's commercial. I started out as a DJ at the age of 14, and I was DJing big events like hot import nights and things like that at that age. So I got like introduced to the scene very young through my brother-in-law. Shouts out Hero and X-Core. And you know, so I got introduced to that scene extremely young. And I think what happened was when I was making music, I always had that club feel in me. You know what I mean? Like it was always heavy in my spirit. Yeah, like I like to turn the fuck up. And
Homie's like, yo, you just cursed.
You just cursed.
we're gonna talk about this later, sir.
When I turned the F up.
wait, you said I can or can't curse?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool.
Fine here.
And I just, you know, I feel like I like to send a positive message across, but in the way that I receive it, because I know there's other people like me who may not receive it in the pure positive form, and they might receive it in, you know what, Absol said it best. He said, when the dog's sick, you don't give him the medicine, you mix it with the food. And that's kind of what I adopted for myself. It's really that, like, I don't want to give people straight up medicine. I want to give you that with what you're currently fucking with. You know what I mean? And that's how I see it. So that's commercial
That's kind of like, and
consciousness
that's
in a
like the
nutshell.
core of marketing too.
Yeah,
It is.
absolutely.
You're not
Yeah.
just telling people this is what you need to take. You package it up in a story, and they don't even realize that you're telling them that's what you need to take.
And it's still, the beauty of it is it's
Which
still
makes
all
it
true to me.
commercial.
Yeah, but
The
it's
consciousness part is your intentionality behind it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Nailed
it's
it.
received
Smart,
organically by your audience because they're
This is the nail. That's a coffin. Let's go.
Yeah, well, I got old school flavor in my heart. You know, that's where I am, where I come from. So I gotta ask you guys, who is your inspiration? Who's those artists back out in the day that pushed you to be whom you are now?
Hove?
Who was you?
Man, get that triangle out of here.
Yeah.
I go
Culturally, I'm like, what is he talking about? Jay-Z? Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, great.
You see the
I
time.
was like, why are they saying other names? I thought that was Jay-Z's thing.
Well, they say this is the rock. This is a diamond.
Oh, I
Yeah.
always thought it
Get
meant
out.
something else.
We
but-
gotta get you out more.
It's your
Come
boy.
on.
So was it just Jay-Z or was it the camp of
Yeah.
like Beanie and the early rock? situation?
No, you know what though? I came in, so I'm a 90, like I was born in 1990, so I didn't get to exactly feel that whole era,
Okay.
but I did. I came into Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt time is where I kind of discovered him, and then, I think anything tied to that was really like East Coast rap has a big influence on me as an artist because even though I'm from the West Coast and I was born out here in California, Anaheim, and I still have such a love for East Coast music, East Coast hip hop in general, because it was the vibe was West Coast, but the I feel like the lyricism was East Coast,
Yeah.
and now it's married, which is a beautiful thing for me personally, but also everyone else in the culture. But yeah, let's say Jay-Z. Kanye for sure.
10 years ago, Tom Kanye.
Yeah. Well, hey man, look, I think there's something to be drawn from everyone. But yeah, I think no, you good. Yeah, so like Yeezy, for sure. I'll say Pac, Big, obviously. Although I will admit that I wasn't the biggest listener of Pac and Big until recently, and I think I drew so much from them recently, more so than I did growing up, because I wasn't deep enough to understand it. Yeah, absolutely.
That's why
It is
they're
timeless
iconic.
music. Absolutely, yeah. But speak, I'll let you answer.
Yeah.
So I was really influenced by New York music. I'm Nas's hands down somebody I grew up on. Mobb Deep, Nas, all of his albums.
I'm with you all day.
Even the last Kanye album that he produced.
You know what? It wasn't Kanye rapping. That was Nas though, rapping. But yeah, I mean that was cool too.
Man, I'm gonna still give it to you. Ether goes stupid hard.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you win, bro.
Yeah, either always go. Big on let's see, Nas, Jay, of course, Reasonable Doubt. I still listen to Reasonable Doubt today. I still listen to Ready to Die, Life After Death today, like literally as I'm getting ready. Mobb Deep, and then Eminem he kind of changed the game. He was like a 6ix9ine or kind of vibe as far as just clowning people. I was on G Unit too. I was on Luda. I have a lot of influences like Snoop, of course, and also I was gonna keep it at that.
Okay.
Pac, of course. Like I still listen to Pac every day.
So you guys mentioned, like, obviously there's like iconic people in music who've influenced you. What legacy do you want to leave for the upcoming people behind you? So like 10 years from now, someone's doing this show. Do you want them to say, who is your influence? Orange Collective.
I mean, I want to. My biggest thing as far as like leaving a legacy is just leaving like a positive imprint. Like, for example, this hoodie right here is "Believe There's Good in the World." So everything we see in the media, social media, is always negativity, is always negative images. I just want to put like just a positive light, and but outside of music as well. I want to leave a legacy that isn't just focused on the music. Oh, he had bars, or oh, he made great tracks. I want to be that, but also beyond that, like what did I do to actually impact the world? Like Pac impacted the world. He made people think. He made people take more actions. He was literally revolutionary. But and he didn't even need social media for people to get to know him on that level. So I want to get to leave a legacy on that level to where people can say, you know what, I can take a positive approach. I can do things differently. I could really just do my best to, be myself and not try to. I feel like a lot of people in the industry, they're trying too hard to be hard, and we just need to show more love. Like why is it so uncomfortable for people just to show love and just be positive or just uplift or encourage or inspire? I don't want to like go at other artists. I don't want to be in rap beefs as far as like battles, and it's like for what? None of these R&B singers, none of these pop singers. You never hear about Madonna beefing with like Mariah Carey or something like that. I mean,
Actually, they do be.
For example, they do.
But they don't let it.
Katy
they don't let
Perry
it come
versus
between
Taylor
them.
Swift was a movement, okay? As a Swiftie.
well, it's rare. I'll say that it's rare. It's not to a point where they over here having shootouts and all type of crazy stuff. The arguments, gosh, there's coffee in your face. You know?
That would be funny to see, though. Madonna go get her
Just
goon
saying.
and roll up on somebody like, yo.
That's a testosterone.
Get into
Though.
the
Yeah, that is.
We could be catty, but we chill. Like, we're freaking trying to do
That was a
World
Dave
War
Chappelle
III.
moment.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Most definitely.
Zamir,
All right, go ahead.
kind of legacy you trying to leave, sir?
Mm.
I'm not taking your job.
It's fine.
It was my question.
Yeah.
Hello.
Do you want to ask it to me? Go ahead. I'm going to ask
Yes. What legacy do you want to leave for the upcoming generations?
you. Okay. I'm going to say definitely. Ooh, this is such a plug.
Go for it. That's what we're here for.
Whatever you're passionate about, go get that. I don't care. I don't care if it's something that, well, hold up. Whatever your dream is.
Use your tools.
Yes, indeed.
Go get that. I feel like for me, I was so very blessed to go ahead and find my dream early on in life. And it took me, I mean, last year was the first of 10 years that I turned a profit off of music. So whatever it is, don't, thank you, bro. I
Got
appreciate
those
it.
10,000 hours in.
Yeah. She knows the rules. Yeah. I want my legacy to be also what my story is telling, like my personal story. So like, I don't want to inspire you. Like, I don't want to like tell you what to do. I want to show you what to do. And through my own actions and through my own, like very similar to what he just said, like I really want to live, and I'm gonna restate that. I am living what I'm trying to, make happen. And so I believe that it's very important to my legacy personally that I'm true to who I am, and I'm also true to who I'm trying to attract into my, my storyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've just met you guys and I already have learned something from your legacy.
Yeah.
Find your tribe and love them hard.
Yeah.
Because you guys have a very good tribe going on.
Yes, we do a lot of love in this circle, and shouts out to the dudes who are not on camera because I got a lot of love for these boys right here. Win, Foley, Vans, Navs. Yeah, I mean it's such a fresh crew, and
But it's not a crew. It's a collective.
yeah, it is. You're absolutely right. Was that you that said it or him? I couldn't tell what direction it came from, but I'm gonna give it to both of you. How about that? But a lot of love to these guys because we are. This is, and I want to make this clear, and I hope that you're okay with me saying this. It is very new, but it's also very natural, and that's really what's making this work. Like, there's no. I think we all have our own styles and we all have our own preferences and how we operate. But really what's making this work is that instead of being competitive in the Juice County, Orange County, whatever you want to call it, we're being collaborative. No, it's cool. But then they know now it's Juice County. Whatever it is, be collaborative, not competitive. And that's what I think is the key to this whole arrangement.
This one's gonna touch them on. You said it was a collective. So Orange Collective is like, it's a collection of art. We're over here putting out art, our form of art in our type of way.
Right.
And every time you come to a show, every time you listen to any of our music when we're together, you have the opportunity to look at this canvas. You're sitting down. Instead of you sitting down looking at the canvas of the different pieces of art in this collection, you're actually able to listen to the different pieces of art. And it's a different approach, and you got the little waves splashing all in your face too. But I also want to go ahead and plug something real quick. As you guys know, I go by Speak Life 310. I just launched this movement called Speak Life World, speaklifeworld.com. This is one of the hoodies that's available there. The object of the game with Speak Life World is to promote nothing but good vibes, love, and the concept of giving. 25% of the net profits are donated to nonprofit organizations that are giving back to less fortunate. So I like that, man. Yeah. So once again, it's just living by example and being the change that we want to see up in this world. And like I said, in regards to legacy, I want to leave a legacy where it motivates and inspires people to do more for others and give more, because it's like it's no reason why it's like what 10, 20, like that's like 20 something billionaires, and it's like those 20 billionaires can literally feed the world for the rest of the next century, but yet they sitting on it. So it's just like, what the hizzle? So we have to show, we have to live by example and be the change that we want to see. So I want to plug in SpeakLifeWorld.com.
Yes. And you have to elevate your collective consciousness.
Yes. Hey.
There it is.
Hey, that's OC backwards. Wait, hold on. Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. No,
it's not. It's
That's
Well,
funny.
Do you have like a button you can push? Never mind.
For muting.
double fan. Yeah, I thought he had like a, you know what I mean?
toilet flush
Like
or
the
something.
opposite of a flex bomb. You know what I mean?
That wasn't you.
We're gonna have to add some of those in. We're gonna have to add some of those in. Definitely.
So I think this is a good time to hear from the other fellas, man.
Yes.
Let's rotate you guys, man.
Once again, thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
We'll be right back for a short break with Orange Collective, LA Style. Trip Digital. We'll be back.
Come on.